All right, for the next few minutes, we are going on a guided tour of the incredible machine that powers your every single move, the muscles of your lower limb. From sprinting for a bus to just balancing on one foot, we're going to uncover the blueprint that makes all of that possible. I mean, really think about that for a second. It feels totally automatic, right? But just beneath the surface, there's this incredibly complex network of muscles firing in perfect sequence. It's a biological masterpiece, and we're about to pop the hood and see how it all works. So to make sense of all this, we're taking a tour from the top all the way down. We're going to start in the body's engine room, that's the hip and thigh, then we'll travel down to the lower leg, and we'll finish up with the really intricate muscles of the foot, where all that power finally meets the ground. So, our first stop, the hip and thigh. You've got to think of this area as the engine room. It is home to the largest, most powerful muscles in your entire body.
This is where it all begins. These muscles are all about generating massive force for actions like, getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or sprinting. This is where the power originates.
And the first major muscle group we have to talk about in this engine room is, of course, the glutes. And believe me, they are so much more than just padding. They are the absolute powerhouse of your hip.
The best way to think about the glutes is as a highly specialized team. Each member has a really distinct role, but they all work together under the command of their bosses. In this case, the superior and inferior gluteal nerves. And this table really breaks down that division of labor. You've got the gluteus maximus, right? That's the big one, the powerhouse for explosive movements like standing up or climbing. But just as important are the medius and minimus. They are the stabilizers. They're the ones that prevent your hip from dropping with every step you take, making sure you have a smooth, stable gait.
So here's a super simple way to remember it. Maximus is for maximum power. Medius and minimus are for stability. Seriously, without that stability team, walking would just be a wobbly mess.
Okay, now let's look at the rest of the thigh. It's organized into this incredibly efficient system of compartments, which, you guessed it, we're going to keep calling teams. The thigh is just so neatly divided into 3 teams. You've got the anterior team at the front, the medial team on the inside, and the posterior team at the back. And get this, each team has a specific job and its very own nerve boss.
Our first stop here is the anterior team, and it's dominated by a group of 4, count 'em, 4 powerful muscles that I know you've heard of. We're talking about the quadriceps.
Now, this chart shows this beautiful opposition at play. Just look at this, the anterior team, the quads. Their job is to extend the knee. Think about kicking a ball. And then on the complete opposite side, you have the posterior team, the hamstrings, and they do the exact reverse. They flex the knee. Each team has a totally distinct job and a dedicated nerve boss that's calling all the shots.
And here's a great little memory aid for a pretty unique muscle in that anterior group. The sartorius is often called the tailor's muscle. Why? Well, because it's the one that lets you sit cross-legged, just like an old-fashioned tailor used to sit while sewing. Kind of cool, right?
Okay, so we're moving down from the power-generating thigh, and we arrive at the lower leg. Now down here, the jobs get a lot more refined. We're talking about controlling the complex movements of your ankle and your foot. And just like the thigh, it's all organized into teams.
This slide shows a perfect example of how these muscles work in opposition. It's almost like a tug of war. The anterior team's job is to pull your foot up towards your shin. Then you've got the powerful calf muscles in the posterior team doing the exact opposite. They push your foot down like you're pressing the gas pedal in your car.
And squeezed right between them on the outside is the lateral team. Now, this team has one primary and very crucial job, turning the sole of your foot outward. It's an action called eversion. This is what helps you stay balanced on uneven ground, and its boss is the superficial fibular nerve. Let's just zoom in on that posterior compartment for a second, because there's a classic medical school mnemonic to remember the order of the deep muscled tendons back there. All you have to do is remember Tom, Dick, and Harry. That stands for the tibialis posterior, flexor digitorum longus, and flexor hallucis longus. It's a trick that just sticks with you. And we have reached our final destination, the foot itself. So if the thigh was all about raw power, the foot is all about precision and stability. It is absolutely packed with these small intrinsic muscles that start and end right there in the foot. And when I say it's packed, I am not kidding. The intrinsic muscles of the foot are organized into an incredible 4 distinct layers. This complexity is exactly what gives your foot the amazing ability to adapt to pretty much any surface you walk on.
You know, these muscles aren't about generating those big, powerful movements like the glutes are. No, instead, they're the fine-tuners. They make all the tiny little adjustments that keep you balanced, and they provide that dynamic, spring-like support that holds up your foot's arch. Okay, this might be the best trick of the entire tour. Seriously. To remember what those tiny interossei muscles in your foot do, just think PAD and DAB. The plantar ones, adduct. That means they pull your toes together. The dorsal ones, abduct, spreading them apart. PAD and DAB. Simple and absolutely brilliant. So that's our tour. We've completed it. Now let's zoom back out and look at the master blueprint for all of this. How does it all connect? Well, it all comes down to the jobs and the bosses.
This blueprint really ties it all together. What you're looking at here is a perfect chain of command. Every major region has a clear primary job, like extending the knee or lifting the foot, and a specific nerve boss that's in charge of sending the signal. It's an incredibly logical and efficient system, from your hip all the way down to your toes. So, from the explosive power of your glutes to the delicate little dance of the muscles deep inside your feet, every single step you take is a symphony of coordinated action. The next time you walk or run or even just stand up, maybe you'll have a new appreciation for the incredible machine that carries you through your world.